Good morning, Ponder. My name is Mandi Murphy. I come to you with just great greetings, and I know that Star Test is going on, so I just want you to be encouraged. I graduated from Abernathy High School out in West Texas. My boyfriend and I had just won state championships in basketball. He was going to SMU, and I wanted to stay, of course, close to him. And so I got a scholarship with TWU, and so that's how I got to the DFW area and made it my home. I completed my time in a degree outside of education. My parents are both educators, and I was having nothing to do with that. Made money doing other things and could not find my happiness, and was really having a hard time with what's hope. Lubbock High School called me and said, we need a coach, come down here. So I coached there for a year, and then Lake Travis ISD called me, and I put some roots into the Austin area. My husband wanted to be there, and so I taught and coached multiple things at the high school there. He was doing so well financially, I decided to stay at home for a little bit. That lasted about 6 months, and I became the youth director at our church, Leander United Methodist Church. When I went back into education, instead of coaching athletes, I decided I wanted to be a part of something more difficult as far as on the educational realm. And I worked at a locked facility hospital for 13 to 17-year-old children, teaching all content and really working on the social, emotional, and just therapeutically their wellness in group environments. Loved that job. Worked at TNC, then Marydale. I got news one August that my father-in-law had had another heart attack, and he was up here in this area, lived in Pilot Point. I needed to be here to take care of him because I didn't think anybody else could do it. So I put my foot in the door in Argyle ISD and was able to teach and coach a multitude of things, even things that I didn't know anything about. I coached tennis, have a state championship in that, and loved it. But the great thing for me was I was able to see a lot of different dynamics in a growing district. Argyle and Abernathy had some really cool small town similarities. I feel like Ponder much more matches Abernathy, but we'll get to that at another time. But it's just cool to see how things line up and how things change as you develop in your career. Anyway, while at Argyle teaching, I was doing some growth, and someone suggested to me, you would be an excellent administrator, you ought to look into it. Felt like a challenge, so I got after it, and halfway through my master's, I got the opportunity to be the AP at an elementary. Now, mind you, I had no intentions of ever being in elementary, but I got there, found some challenges, found some places that really needed to grow and develop, and it grew and developed me as well. So I served as principal there for quite a few years. As my family has developed and changed and don't need me at home as much, secondary window opened up again. I have never worked in a low socioeconomic quite like I felt like I needed to. I'd never been in an urban setting and felt like I needed it, and so that's where I've been this past year. And I love my job, I love my work. However, the district is moving to a leadership academy situation, and we can discuss if you want to just how I feel about that. I believe when you work in a community, those are the children that public schools set up to serve. And if there is going to be the opportunity for it to be an application-only setting, that's not really where I'm wanting to be. And so I'm having to make some decisions based on where this school is moving. And so that's why I'm looking. Part of the reason I think I'm looking. The other part of the reason I think I'm looking is that I want to make a home in my community that I work, and I'm not going to be making a home in Fort Worth. And I do miss knowing my people and my community being the place that I live and raise my children and participate in their students' growth. Also, I just finished my last semester of classes for my doctoral degree. I'll be finishing up my dissertation this coming fall, and we'll be done with that. So for me to make a transition right now is actually a good time. So that gives you a little bit of information about where I've been. I hope where I'm going is to you. So I look forward to hearing from you and hearing what your hopes are for the high school principal position at Ponder. Y'all have a great day.